Hello and welcome. My name is Dina and I'm going to show you how to get started with crocheting. Today with me is my friend here, Teddy, and he's got his little basket of yarn as well. Actually, these are felted balls, but they're still made of yarn. He doesn't do a lot of crocheting, but I made him this nice little crocheted sweater, which he looks really handsome in, I think. Okay, and to get started, I have some yarn here. It's called Premier Home. It's 100% cotton. Some of it's recycled. On the back of the label, you will see that it is a size 4 yarn. And you would also see that it takes a 5.5 millimeter hook or a USI 9 hook. I'm actually using a size 5 hook because my size 5.5 millimeter hook is busy holding on to a project I'm crocheting. I'm also going to start now with a slip knot. So I'm going to make a loop. Let me start that over. Make a loop. Then I'm going to make another loop in my other finger. And I'm going to hook that over. Oops. I'm going to give it a bit of a twist, like that. And then I'm going to loop it over, put my hook through this loop, and pull it tight. And that is a slip knot. I'll do that again. Make a loop in the right hand, make another loop. See, there's the loop. And then you have to flip it over so it's crossed over, like that. Oopsie. Okay, so you've got this loop and this loop, which is crossed over, see? And you're going to just put that on top like that. Put your hook through that loop that was in your right hand and pull it tight. And that knot should just, if you pull it off, it'll pop right out. One loop, two loops. Okay, now it should be snug on your hook. The other thing about crocheting is tension. You want to keep your tension for each stitch the same. So what I do is I wrap the yarn around my pinky, then I pull it around the back of my hand like this, and I'm holding with my thumb and my second finger my work. So now I have a tension. See, that's taut. And then I want to yarn over. Oop, it's a little bit too tight. Yarn over and draw up a loop. So now I have 2 stitches. Actually, 1 stitch and a stitch on the hook. So now I have 2 stitches. Yarn over, draw up a loop. Okay, I'm just going to show you that again. There's my loop. Now it's not too snug. It's a bit loose, not too bad. So I'm going to wrap it around my pinky like this. Bring it to the back of my hand like that. The front of my hand, I guess. And now this finger, my pinky stays like this to keep it tight, to keep the yarn tight on that hand. And this does the work as well. Keeps, and then I hold it with my second finger and my thumb. I'm like pinching the yarn. Then I'm yarning over. I'm basically using the hook to grab the yarn and pull it through to make a chain. Grabbing the yarn and pulling it through. That's called a yarn over. And that in a pattern would be YO, yarn over. So I'm just going to yarn over about 10 stitches. So I'm making about 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And that's what they look like. They look like little V's. Then if you turn that over to the back of the V, it looks like little bumps. And I like to work in those little bumps so that I create a nice edge to my projects with those V's. That it'll be easier to work in if you have to sew something together or finish something off. So now that you've made your chain, you've got your tension. You can practice on that for a little while. But now I'm going to show you how to make a single crochet. And I'm going to make a single crochet in the second chain from my hook at the back of my V. So there's my V. I flip it over. Here is the first stitch right here, and here is the second stitch. I'm going to take my hook. I'm going from right to left through that back bump. I'm yarning over and drawing up a loop. So now I have 2 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and draw through those 2 loops. Now I've completed a single crochet. In UK terms, it's called a double crochet, but we won't get into too much of that right now, terminology. We'll just keep it as a single crochet throughout these videos. So now I'm going into the next back bump from right to left, yarning over and drawing up a loop, yarning over and drawing through 2 loops. Again, there is the back bump. Right to left through that back bump, yarning over, drawing up a loop, yarning over, going through 2 loops. Now I've got 3 single crochets. I'm just going to carry on and finish my 10 stitches. So again, there's the back bump. Right to left through the back bump, yarning over, drawing up a loop, yarning over, drawing through 2 loops. And all the time that I am doing this, I am keeping tension with my forefinger. I'm holding tension, holding the work by pinching it with my thumb and my second finger. And I'm keeping the tension using my baby finger. And if you're brand new to crochet, it might take you some time to figure out how to keep that tension for yourself. But if you persevere, you will get there. Okay, now I did 10 chains, but remember at the beginning I skipped the first one because I needed the height to get to so that I had enough height for that single crochet. Now, so I should have now 9 stitches. So if you look at the top of your work, it will look like a row of V's. And I'm going to count each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 stitches. And your pattern will tell you how many to chain and how many stitches you should have. And counting is important, so make sure that you count your stitches after your row, or else your project will not turn out the way you want. Now I'm going to chain 1 so that I get that height for my next stitch. Then I'm going to turn my work over, and working from right to left again, I'm going to insert my hook. This is the second row, and I'm going to insert my hook in this space. So I'm going under those V's that were created in your first row. I'm going right to left under the V, yarning over, drawing up a loop, yarning over, going through 2 loops. Again, there's the V, right to left with the hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw up another loop. Now I'm just I'm just pulling my yarn because I need some yarn to work with here. And my ball is right here. Okay. So again, under the V, yarning over, drawing up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. Now I feel like it's a little loose in my hand, so I'm going to readjust my tension. I'll just do that again. See how I have that? There's the V, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now I really think Ted's thinking I'm doing a good job at this, and he probably thinks you're doing a good job too. And I'm creating this video for one of my friends where I work, and she knows who she is because I told her I would do this for her. And I sure do like making these videos. And there you go. I'll do one more row. You're going to chain 1 to get the height of the single crochet for the next row. Insert your hook into the V from right to left, draw up a loop, draw through 2 loops. Again. And again. And again. Until you get... Now what I could do is fast forward to the end, but I'm not quite sure how to do that yet because I just started doing these videos. So we're only doing 9 stitches anyway. So let's count our stitches now. There's our little swatch. Here are the V's at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there you go. Voila. That's your little stitch. And isn't this just a really pretty color yarn as well? So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. You can chain as many as you want for as wide a project that you want. Check your pattern to see how many to chain and how many single crochets you should have. And again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.